Most religion has one or two practices that appear absolutely dubious to a majority of people around the globe. Here are 10 such weird religious belief and practices. Number 10. Goal. In the village called Bunlap, located on a tiny Pacific island, there is a primitive form of bungee jumping called goal. The goal had in fact inspired the modern sport of bungee jumping. Performed after rich harvest in order to thank the gods, participants climb on a high wooden tower constructed specifically for the purpose. After tying their ankles to one end of a vine while the other end is tied to the tower, they jump head first towards the ground. But unlike in bungee jumping, jumpers do not bounce up at the end of the fall, so the participants always have a potential chance of suffering a bone-breaking injury. Number 9. Teeth chiseling. Teeth chiseling are practiced by the Mentawai tribe of Indonesia, specifically by women. The tribe believes that chiseling of teeth not only makes the women more attractive, but develops a balance between the body and the soul. Their teeth are chiseled into sharp, narrow points using crude instruments and without any kind of anesthesia. After the painful procedure, the women are given green bananas to bite on, which helps dull their pain. Number 8. Dancing with the dead. In the Central Highlands of Madagascar, a religious festival called Famadihana takes place where the bones of the dead are dug up from their graves every 2 to 7 years. Expensive perfume is sprayed and wine is splashed while the participants dance to live music with the corpses of their loved ones. They believe that the boundary between life and death is not rigid and that the spirits of their ancestors can listen to the latest family news conveyed during the ritual. Before being reburied, the dead blesses and promises guidance to the living members of the family. Number 7. Sky burial. In certain provinces of Tibet, they practice a burial ritual called jatar, or sky burial, where the body of the dead individual is kept on top of a mountain for vultures to come and feast on. People believe that after death, the human body becomes an empty vessel, and for the soul to be reborn again, the vessel needs to be destroyed as fast as possible. In places where this burial ritual is practiced, the ground is too hard and rocky to dig a grave. Therefore, sky burial is said to be a practical choice for the people. Number 6. Eating the dead. For the Amazonian tribe of Yanomami, death is not a natural phenomenon. When a Yanomami dies, the tribesmen are deeply angered, for they believe that death is caused by an evil spirit who has sent their fellow man to a hostile, unknown land. Burying the corpse would mean abandoning the individual. Therefore, the people of Yanomami burn the dead body and then consume the ashes by mixing it with fermented banana. That way the fellow tribesman continues to live among them. Number 5. Scarification. Scarification is practiced by a tribe in Papua New Guinea called Kanagara. The purpose is to create an intimate spiritual connection between the humans and Mother Nature. The ritual begins with adolescent boys being sent to a secluded place called the Spirit House or Has Tambaran. After 2 months, they are called upon by a master skin cutter who expertly cuts patterns resembling the skin of a crocodile with sharp pieces of bamboo. The Kanagaras believe they were created by crocodiles. The cut symbolizes the bite of a crocodile spirit who helped the boys transit into manhood. Number 4. Self-flagellation. The 10th day of Muharram is the day of Ashura, which to the Shia Muslims is part of the mourning of Muharram. In order to commemorate the martyrdom of Hussein, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad in the Battle of Karbala, they carry out several gruesome acts of self-flagellation, like whipping their bodies with chains attached to several small blades, or beating their chests till they are bruised and bloodied. It is said that the mourners, in a state of divine trance, feel no pain while carrying out the ritual. Number 3. Sundance. The North Americans' native Indians performed a religious ritual called the Sundance every year around the time of the summer solstice. During the ritual, participants were expected to fast for 4 days, and on the last day they entered a holy house. There they danced about until it was time to pierce their chest with a skewer, which was connected to a pole that represented the tree of life. The object of this agonizing ritual was to offer personal sacrifice as a prayer for the benefit of one's family and community. The ceremony was later banned by European colonists, and the Sundance was practiced in secret. Number 2. Okipa ceremony. The Okipa ceremony was somewhat similar to the sun dance, but more brutal and torturous. Performed by Mandan Indians, the ceremony was done to prove physical courage and seek approval of the spirits. During the ceremony, young men fasting, praying, and dancing entered the Okipa lodge, where long wooden skewers were pierced into their skin on their backs or chests. Then they were hung by ropes from beams. The torment was extreme, and crying out was a sign of cowardice. Needless to say, the rituals is not longer practiced today. Number 1. Garudan Thukam. Garudan Thukam, otherwise known as eagle hanging, is a religious ritual followed in South India. It involves men dressing up for a dance and then being hooked by the skin on the back. Then they are taken around the city in a colorful procession. Devotees are lifted off the ground onto a scaffold using ropes, and sometimes children are tied to their hands to increase the weight and prolong the pain. The ritual is performed to appease and pacify Ma'ak Kali, a Hindu goddess. Please click the subscribe link below to get updates on new videos from us.